Oh, Wednesday wouldn't be complete without hearing a letter from one of you. It's called Suzie Says So. So here's today's letter from Mary Elizabeth. Dear Suzie, I've heard you say before on your show that depression is anger turned inward. What do you mean by that? Because my 14-year-old son is depressed, I think, but I can't figure out why or what's triggering it. I've tried talking to him and asking him what's wrong, but I'm not getting through. I'm worried and don't know how to help him. What should I do? Okay, he's mad at something and you don't know what it is. This is my take now. You understand this. And I was told this by a clinical psychologist, and that's where I picked up that the depression was anger turned inward. I remember one time when my son would come home and he'd open the door and he'd say, "Hi, Mom, I'm home." And then another time he'd just open the door, slam the door, and not say a word, and go to his room. And I knew something was wrong, and I knew it was going to stay wrong until he could verbalize it, until he could get it up and say what it is. Because when you give it a voice, it loses its power over you. So I just barged into his room, and he screamed and said, you don't respect my privacy. And I said, that's right, I don't, and I want to know what's wrong, and I'm not leaving till you tell me. And after he would shout and all of this, he just broke into tears. And he said, he told me exactly what was wrong. And it was that he didn't think he had any friends. So now that we know what's wrong, then we can look at all the things that in his life of people who do like him. So my question to him was, name the people who do like you. And then over here, name the people that don't. And he said, after he named 16 friends, he said to me, when I said, now name the people that don't like you, he said, what do I care who doesn't like me? When you've got 16 friends, what do I care? So you see, if he's 14 years old, get him to open up, get him to talk, and don't let it stop, because silence is the gap between you. And as long as you can get him to talk, and that means you can't give up on this. You can try crying, you can do whatever you want to, but just don't let him get away with it. And then if that doesn't work, I don't know what to do. But I think it's normal that a 14-year-old boy is feeling down or low or whatever, and you never know that when he pops in the next day, everything could have changed. Sometimes you need to get out of your head, sometimes you need to get into your heart. If you've got a question or need some advice, send me an email to Suzie@ktxdtv.com. And I got to tell you something. The fact that I'm sitting here giving you advice is so funny, because I came in here so low this morning, and I didn't know how to get myself out of it. And one of the ways that I did get it out of it was to tell my friend Colleen, and she gave me a big hug, and then I started crying, and now I just feel great. But so here's the counselor is just working on herself the same way you're working on you. Tweet me at Suzie Says So, and we'll be right back. We've got something special for you to see.